Oh, wow. That's higher. That's cool. Let's see. Why is that so dark? I ask myself. I'm hoping now, I'm just doing a test run to see if I was able to knock off the comments section. Ain't nobody's gonna stop me now. Ain't nobody's gonna stop me now, no matter how many trolls there are. Okay, it doesn't matter, we'll find a way. It's been, I said to my daughter a while ago, don't ever do what I do. In the sense of, you know, trying to help people and put it out there on social media too much. Just be careful, because what happens is darkness does not like you doing anything that may render its plan to make this world a dark place. So all the light that comes into this world, you know, I would suggest just do it nice and steady. Just do it at your own pace. Don't jump out there on social media and start saying too much, because you'll find that you will, if you're not strong enough. And there's the dilemma, catch-22, if you're an empath, you feel. So you have to learn to block, or you have to learn to understand why this is happening. And it's so relevant to understand why you get attacked from day to day. I've made lots of videos in the past with regards to this subject, because it's a vital part of our understanding. We should be taught about this in real schools, about why people attack other people for virtually doing nothing but good. The more good you are in this world, the more you're attacked, the more you're killed, you're shot, you're stabbed, you're attacked verbally, emotionally, in any way. Why? Because my theory seems to be holding up now, and it seems to be growing. The theory that we are not all the same in these physical bodies. That is something that needs to be carefully thought about. You ever wondered why you're in a family, and the family that you're in, there's either one or all your family attacking you all the time just for being you, just for being kind? I'm not talking about those that smash somebody over the head with a hammer. No, that's monsters. I'm talking about those that just get on with life and do good and kindness, and then they're attacked. That is because this world is infiltrated with dark energy and dark souls. And there's a lot of them now, and I started making videos about this probably 4 years ago, because I knew it was going to get even worse. And all you need to do, if you ask yourself the question, Mark, how many people do you really think out there are filled with love and are from the home world called our spirit world? I used to struggle because I didn't like the answer myself. But what I used to say to people is, go onto social media and look at the comment section. That gives you an idea of how many people are filled with love and how many people are monsters. Now, the thing with monsters, what is a monster? A monster is somebody that comes from another place than you and I. You come from a world which is a place that works on a frequency and energy that gives and receives. And that energy is that if you're not feeling too good that day, if you meet somebody else from your home world, you'll find that they will feed your energy, because they know naturally, not the brain, not the body, but the consciousness knows naturally to help our fellow brothers and sisters in a way of love. So there is no emotional communication in that. There's no emotional thought or feeling. It just is a beautiful transaction. When you're in the company of a monster, and a monster is that what comes from another part of this cosmos, and they feed from the exact opposite. So their battery life feeds on negative battery life. So they're always looking for the negative. So they can feed from somebody from the spirit world, but they can't feed from them if they are of positive battery life. So what they know they have to do is cause harm to you, whether it's mocking, ridiculing. So then your battery then goes from a positive to a negative. That's when they feed from you. So that will be in line with pedophiles. So they will get an innocent child and they'll rape them. They'll do the worst things to them. So they'll feed from that. That's their fix. So you feed from somebody out of giving, caring, sharing, loving, and a hug or a smile. That's how you receive and give. Okay? Monsters, they feed from receiving and giving by mock, ridicule, and I'm talking about really bad stuff. I'm not talking about jokes. I'm not talking about taking the mick. I'm talking about serious, nasty stuff. That is, you can feel it. And then when you start to feel it and think, wow, that's awful, then you have to be aware straight away that that's a monster you're dealing with. Now you're going to say, well, they're in human bodies. They are in human bodies. That doesn't make them like you and I. The way you recognize a monster is a monster will try and make you feel bad as quickly as possible. That's why when you meet somebody, you think, wow, they were awful to me. They were awful to you, because they want to change your frequency. And normally what you find is the happiest people, you normally find you're like a moth to a flame. They don't want that energy in or around or near them. That's poison to them. So what you need to do is you need to get away from these monsters, or you need to understand what they're doing and don't allow them to change your battery life. It's really simple. Really simple. And you have to stand firm and be strong. A beautiful friend of mine, Lynn, just said, to me, why do you bother with that much hate? And I said that we're at a time right now where we're on the cusp of falling off the edge, and where this planet will turn into darkness. And we're at the age of possibly darkness if the light doesn't continue. If we are not strong enough to defend, then we will fall into darkness. And it seems to be getting that way right now. You know, in any movie you'll always find that at the very end light always wins. And that is the truth. But the trouble with that is it takes a lot of good light away. It kills a lot of the goodness before it does. So that's why we come here. That's why we come here. We choose to come to this planet Earth as light bearers, as kind souls of positive energy, to keep the vibration from getting into the dark ages once again. Everything that happens in this world is ultimately against the light. If you were to ask me how many light souls there are in this world, I would say there are a fraction to the souls that come from a different place, that feed from darkness. When we start talking about these dark souls that are within these spacesuits, there are different souls, and some of them are very they hold back. They don't do anything most of the time. They're normally angry, or they're sad, or in a state of almost like a prison to themselves. When you normally find that their true self comes out, it's within a crowd, because normally they're very much weak. They're very much weak. So what they need and what they're looking for is the hive mentality. So the hive mentality is normally you'll find it in groups. So that's where they're more comfortable and more confident to be them true selves. So bear that in mind. So football matches, any kind of big gatherings, you see the true being. You see the true soul then of who they are. And we used to use this as an excuse that we used to say that anger is infectious. But actually, I've come to understand more and more. And what I didn't see and what I understand now is it's not that it's infectious. It's just that literally people are stood here, just stood next to me. Literally. It's unreal. It's exactly what I said. It's unreal how it works. And they don't even know what they're doing. So you'll find that when they're comfortable in the energy, who they are, they will present themselves. And the only time they normally present themselves is when they are in a comfortable place, which for them comfortable means that they're not going to get attacked because they're weak. You see, we stand up and we're strong as light bearers, and we can stand up anywhere and be strong as a light bearer. They can't, they're weak. These monsters are weak, so that's why they look for more people to be around. And I wouldn't equate them to wolves. Wolves are beautiful. I'm talking about packs. That's why the hive mind, that's why groupthink. Normally you find that they come together, and that's when they're powerful, or when they're behind a screen playing on a keyboard. They're weak. They're weak and they're chickens. They'll never do it to your face, hardly at all. And that's where they come from. So they've got no strength and no power at all. They're just manipulators, and they're destroyers of everything that is good that we bring to this planet. So that is really important. When we understand what monsters are and who they are, and there's a lot of them, that any time that you shine a light of kindness, when you bring forward healing energy to somebody to make them shine, you become a threat to these monsters, because it's like pouring poison around them, because the light is not what they feed from. So they have to instantly cause pain and suffering, and they have to scream and shout, or they have to belittle and call you and name call you, and everything that they can do to change your energy because of that reason. Now, if you apply that into your daily life now and thoughts, you will live a more happier life, because now you'll understand. Instead of going away trying to think why that woman or that man did this to you, now you know why. And now you know why I'm being attacked every day. Because I think after 20 years of working in this field of work, I'm starting to put the pieces together and actually coming up with some, I would say, pretty sensible ideas or thoughts that is now actually making a lot of sense. So no, we're not all from God. God didn't create us all. He may have created the body, but he didn't create that what goes into the body. And that is where I am wholeheartedly now convinced that these bodies are for anybody in this cosmos. Wherever you come from, you will enter into these bodies if you choose to. Whether you come from a place of the spirit world, which is love, or whether you come from demonic realms, which are the same realms as attachments, entities, demonic energies. There's many of them. So we All of us have to be aware of this. And that's why when somebody says to me, yeah, but we're all made in God's image. No, we're not. No, we're not. Don't ever tell me that God made me and made a paedophile, because he didn't. We are all different. I come from the spirit world. That is my source. That is my God. And my source doesn't create paedophiles, doesn't go around attacking people every day. My source and my brothers and sisters are kind and caring and loving. And for those that attack you and those attack me, be aware that we now know exactly what's happening. We are now aware of what's going on. We know who you are, and you cannot hide behind that body suit that you're in. We know you, and we are now clocking you, and we are now pointing you out to the world. And eventually, we will win. Light always wins. But we need that truth. We need that wisdom. We need that knowledge. And we need people who understand this in the work that we do as energy. And maybe and many others who have been in this field of work who understand demonic energies, because they've worked in many buildings and understand that there's demons here. Many people that they've worked with and thought, this person isn't like you and I, and so on. Some of us are now putting the pieces together fully. We're clearing away the lie of religion. We're clearing away all that nonsense to actually see what's truly happening. And when you're over the mark, as you know, you will get attacked. So I ask you this question. If the light trap is such a beautiful and most obvious thing that you believe is a trap, why is it that whenever I de-trap and whenever I tell you my story about what I think that the trap isn't a trap, and in fact the light trap is going to make you walk into the dark, so you end up being a trapped soul, which is that what they want, that's what darkness wants, because it creates more negative energy in this world. Why is it that I'm attacked like crazy? Why is that? I wonder why. Why am I attacked like crazy? Shouldn't I be attacked by good, kind, loving, caring people? No, I'm attacked by dark monsters every time I mention the light trap and saying, this is devious. This is absolutely devious. And it's going to send people into a place where most of you might know or heard of purgatory. I've been a healer clearing these souls from this place, which I call the space between the two worlds. That's been my job. And how do I know that? Because when I've spoken to those trapped souls, it's normally because they feared going home into the light. Why is that then? So through my conclusions of speaking to spirit, you might think I'm talking out of my ass. I don't care. I know what I've done for 20 years. Why is it that they either hung themselves or they were in great pain and suffering in the sense of abusing people, doing bad things and so on, and having a lot of guilt, and cutting their wrists or taking poisons and stuff like that? Why did they end up trapped in between two worlds? Because they didn't go into the light. They were frightened of going home because they were frightened, because they were told by a religion which was made up that you're going to be judged by God and sent to hell and burn forever. It's the only conclusion. And to back it up, why are monsters attacking me for saying it? They would leave me alone. If I was talking, if I was on their side, they would leave me alone. They would say, leave this guy to talk bullshit, he's doing a great job. But no, they're attacking me when I'm saying, no, the light trap this isn't right. This isn't right, guys. Honestly, trust me. It's a natural thing to move into the light. Don't go into the dark. Don't turn away from the light, because you will be trapped in between two. Of course they're going to attack me, because they don't want people to go home. They want people trapped on this earth. And I, for 20 years, have been helping people from being trapped on this earth back home. It's just food for thought. I'm willing to negotiate, and I'm willing to talk to anybody who wants to talk to me about this on any podcast. Bring me on. Here's an open invitation. Bring me on. If you think that the light is a trap, bring me on. Bring me on, David Icke. Let's talk. I've had 20 years experience. I have nothing to fear. Anybody who talks about, bring me on. Let's talk. Won't happen, because the truth is too frightening for those. And if they've already written a book, they're going to look a bit stupid if they are actually wrong now. So they're going to stand by it. They're going to fight for that. And just so you know, I've said a lot of things over 20 years, and things have changed over 20 years, and I've seen the change, and I've always been honest to what I've seen. But it's always kind of been in line, but slightly different as time goes on. But it's never really diverted off and gone and done a flip-flop. Not in 20 years I've not done a flip-flop, because I've been consistent to what my experience has been. And I have never lied about my experience. Never lied. Never. I've always been as honest as I can. So it makes you wonder, and I've sat and talked to beautiful souls about this. Why is it that I'm always attacked when I talk about the light trap being false? It's a lie. It's a lie. It's actually going to send people into the dark, which then traps them in between two worlds. And I have worked on those souls to take them out, to help them out of that. So I am wishing you a lovely day. If you've just woken up and you're watching me now, it's nice to be able to get the camera like this. I'm learning, and it's been nice to get the comment section taken off, I think. And I think I'm going to keep it off, because there's too many monsters now, and I think it's nice to just listen to a lovely message, and for me to share with you all my love and send you all my love. If you're watching this now, just close your eyes. You are a beautiful soul. By the words that have been given to you today, hopefully you will become stronger and know that when you are attacked, you're attacked for a good reason, and that is because you are a beautiful soul and powerful and filled with light and love, and that your energy is perfect. It is of a positive nature. And that's why when you're attacked by people, then you can recognize who they are. And they are of dark entity. They are of the world which is dark. And they're going to try and change your energy to dark so that they can feed from you. So don't let these monsters feed from you. Shine your light and smile, and always know your truth. You cannot be hurt if you know your truth. I am never hurt because I know my truth, but more importantly, I know why I came here, and I cannot stop, because that's why I chose to be here, to keep that light going. So I love you all. Have a great day, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. You're an amazing, rare soul in a dark world of monsters, and they are showing themselves more and more, as I predicted 4 years ago, when the jab then starts to cause people really real harm, and you'll start to see a disconnect. You'll start to see people doing crazy things. You'll start to see people getting angry because something's happened. There's a disconnect, and then you see their true colours. Be careful out there. Don't get involved with arguing with people. Don't fight with anybody. Just keep your light strong and shine your light where needed. The smartest, wisest souls give their energy to those that really need and appreciate it. Don't waste your energy, monsters. Have a great day. Love you all. Till tomorrow. Oh no. Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a video tomorrow because I'll be going to the airport. But before I go to the airport, I'll do a video. So hopefully, when you wake up again tomorrow, you'll see another video with love and not with numpties out there who are putting silly messages up. Love you all. Stay strong. Take care. Been lovely talking to you.